Hello, I'm Hamish Champ, editor of PRW magazine, and welcome to this edition of PRW Video News. A leading trade body for the UK's manufacturing sector has called on politicians to stop bickering with each other and focus on outlining positive policies that will encourage economic growth. Speaking as parties publish their general election manifestos, Terry Scola, chief executive of the EEF, said what the public and business wanted to see was a vision of where the UK was going as a country and an economy, rather than what he called the narrow-minded, blame-driven politics we are currently witnessing. Scola said that if the last 5 years had been about survival and rebuilding, the next 5 must be about delivering a better balanced economy and sustained growth. He argued that UK manufacturing was in a good shape to deliver this. Scola also said that while some important groundwork had been laid, it was vital that the next government, however it was comprised, committed itself to immediate policies which would build on and encourage growth, boost private sector investment and job creation. Premium car maker Jaguar Land Rover is preparing to enter new territory and use recycled plastics to make interior trim with a Class A surface in its vehicle's passenger cabin. Car makers have been increasing the volume of recycled polymers in many components as part of efforts to meet European Union targets for incorporating recycled materials into vehicles. But until now, Class A surfaces have been a no-go area as polymer compounds that include recyclate have just not been able to meet the performance demands needed for interior trim. However, this might be about to change as JLR is part of the Recyclate project, in which the company and its partners Luxus, Coperion and IAC expect to commercialise polypropylene compounds that have high scratch resistance and are lighter than existing compounds. Leading organisations in the plastics industry have hailed the reversal of a decision to ban polystyrene takeaway boxes in Oxford as a victory for common sense. Street traders in the city were told earlier this year that under a new city council policy, they could only use packaging and utensils that were made of biodegradable and recyclable materials. But following a plea made by Martin Kirsch, the executive director of the Food Service Packaging Association, the council amended the wording of the policy, which now reads that packaging must be made from biodegradable or recyclable material. The British Plastics Federation's Director General Philip Law said that this was a victory for common sense and a recognition that plastics packaging products are recyclable, save energy and help reduce the carbon footprint of retailers. Staying with recycling, the Recycling Association has hit back at claims that the role of exports and the PRN system were causing difficulties for businesses such as closed-loop recycling and others. The association's chief executive, Simon Ellin, said the primary reason for the current difficulties in the industry was the downward pressure on the global price of oil. He also called for retailers to boost their relationship with recyclers by using more recycled plastic versus virgin polymer in their own products. Ellin defended exports of waste plastic, saying that the country needed to export around 3/4 of all the plastics recovered because there wasn't enough capacity in the UK. Export markets not only provided the market capacity, he said, they also provided the competition element that kept prices higher and sustainable in the long term. And finally, I was at the Triennial MPE trade show in Orlando, Florida last month, working alongside colleagues from PRW's sister title Plastics News on the event's daily show newspaper. Wandering around the halls of the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, I spotted some pretty weird and some pretty wonderful things. The show, true enough, didn't feature the sight of a naked woman covered in body paint like what you get at the K show in Germany, but there was a rather nifty setup on the Whitman-Battenfeld stand, which featured the firm's robots simulating a complete wheel and engine change on a NASCAR car. However, my favourite was the electrically powered 3D printed car, well, mostly 3D printed, that was proved to be a hugely popular attraction on the stand of material giant Sabic. Meanwhile, SPI, the organisation which puts together the MPE, announced the event would be staying in Orlando, with the next one taking place in early May 2018. That's it from us. For more on these and other stories, go to www.prw.com, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching.